Hello, I would like to share with you another project in Unity I'm working on called StarDust. While working on Crime Wave, I wanted to experiment more with procedural generation. I'm a huge fan of sci-fi movies and games, so I decided that I would try and create a procedurally generated universe. One of my favorite games, No Man's Sky, captures a lot of the fantasy and fiction elements of sci-fi. I feel like they captured that sense of awe perfectly. This project would take that and add more variety, and bring out the dynamic and chaotic nature of space as well. Maybe even add more mystery and cosmic horror elements. However, I knew this would be too much for one guy in his spare time. I first experimented with orbital systems and spawning large objects that can rotate in orbit. Then I would try and make a way to generate star systems and galaxies similar to Space Engine. What I felt like No Man's Sky was lacking was planetary rotations and orbits, so I decided to work on orbits and rotations first. I also took some creative liberties for the star systems. I want them to be reminiscent of retro sci-fi art, where planets dominate the skies. For this, I wanted to have the possibility of planets being really close together. With such massive objects in the sky with rotations and orbits, I would love to stand on a planet and observe these massive objects move and spin across the sky. After getting my orbital system ready for testing, I decided to start creating the stars. At this point, I had downloaded Carlo Wilk's Space Graphics Toolkit. It contains a bunch of useful graphics, systems, and effects. I was able to create this interstellar-like black hole using it. It also contains a system to manage real-world distances using a floating point system. If you don't know why that's important, it's because coordinate data at large distances lose precision. I originally had something like this implemented, but SGT's system was a lot better. Using this system, I created a chart to organize how chunks of the universe will be generated. Starting with a cube of 1 by 1 by 1 light years, it contains one star system. This is basically 10 to the 16 meters in length, and will be referred to as level 16. Level 17 will represent a 10 by 10 by 10 of level 16s, or 1,000 possible star systems. This would be called a stellar neighborhood. Continuing this, level 18 would be a stellar district, level 19 stellar region, level 20 stellar sector, level 21 a galaxy, level 22 a cluster, and the final level 23 supercluster. Using this system, the entire universe in this project will be 1,000 level 23 superclusters that loop back to the beginning coordinates, creating an infinite seamless universe. These huge chunks will be referred to as stellar chunks. Of course, small steps first, so let's just try and create the stars first. I set up a basic chunk generator. Basically generates a radius of the smallest chunk around the player at fixed positions. It will generate a name and place a star in the middle of the chunk. You can see here my attempts. Because of the real distances used, I had to set max speed and acceleration to really high amounts. Traveling at 10 million times the speed of light, you can travel 1 light year in about 3 seconds. While it works for now, I need to come up with a better way to generate these stars, as it's currently slow to generate, producing stuttering every time a new chunk is loaded. To achieve something like Space Engine, I need to make it way more seamless. So that is this project so far. What do you guys think? I'm excited to get the generation going, as the assets I have can be used to produce some crazy results. If you want to chat or share ideas, please join our Discord. Link is in the description. Thanks.